the first to know Nsem-Pii TV.
The numbers is massive. The crowd is massive. Organizers of this demonstration, they were anticipating, say, Omubenya numbers, but not this enormous crowd. Now, interestingly, other unions, Edwamu Abedon, Yenya Ghana Law Students Network Union, ya emra ye mabunu ene Ghana forma esuya mra a boycott classes Edwamu Abedon this demonstration. Me audio hanuma any video ha me body achewe, and according to them, Nyoma Ekoso nyina proud to this arrest the use of security forces to intimidate ni ade nyina no. According to them, emra omusua wa Ghana Law School no ene ne bobra ento omo ntra ho enye hwe ha emasa nyoma yi nkoso ebro mo ye students of the law ene nti omo so leadership ene prospective lawyers about joining this demonstrating group to say the entire occasion I am massive. Krobia Kwabena Sante Ekasai audio no hamebo dia chew. Salam Mustafa, the youth commander, the commander-in-chief of Ghana's youth, and so Ekasai and a host of others. The message is clear. Say, according to this teaming youth, they are going to resist oppressors' rule. We are in a democratic dispensation where each and every Ghanaian has a right to free speech. And until a DNS criminalize free speech. This is according to the team in Utah joining the demonstration. Now, a kwanya ye faso harase nipa hodoa chere onwadwen with respect to sadia mamu esi kono ya dia. According to Mabuni, in fact, ye. Looking at the fact that Ghana has been a practicing democratic country since 1992. Ya mra yedi yedwuma didien ne besi ama na die. Ye pese ye ka Ghana mabunu kasaboa ede ehye omo ekokoso a omo ntumi emi oma no enkyere omadwen with respect to issues bordering on national development. Na say na America no the team Akakrabi na omo drew the police headquarters omako deliver omo message ediama the Ghana police force in what they think say a selective justice being practiced under the police security activities under the leadership of the IGP Yura Tete Yohonu. From there ombo march straight to the Jubilee House in Mr. Ghana Mampanyini United Nations Conference America the message they want to send across will actually be sent across to Ghana Mampanyini in the United States. And yanko hekwanya law students are joining demonstration in so ekasaya de kodie ni omodo omo abedom omo nua na avem koma wo akiri hina no ti faka
in its way to the police headquarters where let's speak to Senior, what's your name and what group do you represent?
Yes, my name is Kwaku Jesse. I'm a leading member of the Law Students Network of Ghana. Yes, and we are here this morning to also participate in a very clarion call, a collective agenda, an agenda that shakes the very foundation of our country, the foundation that is built on our constitution, and the constitution that has enshrined the rights and liberties of people of this country. We believe that we can associate with this demonstration because there have been series of activities that trample upon the fundamental human rights of people. Every offense is bailable. So where in this age and time of country like Ghana, where people are arrested and their right to bail are infringed upon, we cannot sit in a country where people's right to bail, people's right to liberty as enshrined in Article 14 and even in criminal procedures as enshrined in Article 19, they do not have access to fair trial. We cannot countenance this. I think the time has come for every meaningful Ghanaian to rise and say that no, we cannot have a political dispensation where people will be arrested, they'll be accused, and they don't even have the right to bail. That cannot be countenanced. That is why the Law Student Network, having seen that what is happening has legal implications, we have also added our voice to this call.
And I mean, as law students, you know that bail is generally at the discretion of the judge,
Yes.
who considers things like the availability of the person who has
Yes.
been charged.
Yes.
So it is well within the rights of the judge to also remand the person, or even they have granted bail, to put some conditions there to ensure the appearance of the person for trial.
Yes, very so. That the law is, in fact, the law on bail is in a way at the discretionary judgment and understanding of the judge. However, the truth of the matter is that the Criminal Offences Act and the Procedure Act says that the law on bail should not be used as a punishment. So even as a judge, if you have the discretionary powers to grant bail or not grant bail, you cannot use it as a way of punishment. So we saw in the case of Wuntumi at the Yoko that the one who was exercising judicial powers, that is the Yoko, was rather using bail conditions to punish the man. And in the Matikebu case, we have been told that every offense is bailable. So why then will you place 50 million Ghana cedis bail condition on somebody? It means that you are making it hardship. And the law says that you cannot make bail condition hardship to the accused.
Do you understand the facts of the case, and do you know if the amount of money involved in that matter is not equal or even above the 50 million? Because usually when it comes to bail, the judges will equate the bail bond to the amount of money involved in the offense.
Obviously, that is why people are contesting even the discretionary powers of Yoko. Yoko should have gone to court to then seek how to vary the condition. But Yoko unilaterally said that they have granted or they have placed that condition. And we thought that it is irrational. Why? Because everybody is entitled to be processed before court within 48 hours. So if you arrest somebody and you want to grant the person bail, and in this modern Ghana, you say that the person should fetch 50 million Ghana cedis as a condition with other sureties, how would the person do this within 48 hours? So obviously, it means that you want to keep the person in custody more than 48 hours. And that is what we saw. That was what we saw. So clearly, you could see that activities of state institutions, government department, in dealing with bail conditions of accused people have always been the case to punish them. And you cannot punish anybody without the court saying that the person has flouted the law. That is why we feel that the time has come for all of us, you the media, everybody to come together and say that we cannot run a democracy like this. We cannot. Look at Abronye's case. Where did we have criminal libel law in our constitution? So why would the judge say that I have refused an accused person the right to bail, and I've remanded the person for 2 weeks? And we all saw the public outcry. So it means that even if they have their discretionary powers to judge whether they will vary bail conditions, they must do that to the betterment of the accused, to the betterment of the Ghanaian man, and also to support the rights and liberties of the ordinary Ghanaian. If you don't have bail conditions in that case, then we say that that is abuse of power, and that is the point we are making.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
What do you think?
Well, what I think matters not at this moment.
Have you seen the numbers? Have you seen the numbers? That's Nsem-Pii. Our spirit can never be broken. We are showing that we are united. And when I say we will rise, we will rise. And that's what we are doing. This is just the beginning.
Just a bit of specifics. We know you are presenting a petition to the IGP. What again will you be doing as part of this protest?
When we are done, we will turn and come and go to the Jubilee House. We have another petition for the president. Then we will drop it for him. I'm sure they will take WhatsApp pictures of the petition and send it to him far away in the United States of America. And he will read it.
Did you consider rescheduling the protest because the president who you'll be presenting a petition to had to leave the country for the UN General Assembly?
No need. Yes, a WhatsApp phone. They will send him pictures. he will say it. The president is somebody who likes social media. By now, I'm sure he's watching his Facebook and other social media handles. He will see what the youth of the MPP are capable of doing. And I promise him, before I leave as youth leader, I will give this government a very, very good run for their money. That is a promise.
Is it that you're going to be in opposition element even if you don't have to be?
The government has shown bad faith. It is its own problems. And once it creates more problems, we will deal with them. So we are not those creating the problems for the government. They are those who keep creating their own problems. And we will not shy away from pointing them out to the government and the citizens at large. So it's a lot of work. And it's going to be a very long walk in this 4 years that John Dramani Mahama has to be president. It will be a very interesting long walk.
Is it your call that the government or the police should not arrest NPP persons even if they flout the law?
Not at all. When people break the law, they should be punished. But where there is selective application of the law, that is bad. When NPP people are caught, we all see the high-handedness. Black Maria, Rambo-style arrest and all that. Since this government came into office, have you seen anything like that towards anybody in the NDC? It's no. It tells you there's a problem. There's selectivity. And that's exactly why we are doing what we are doing now. So continue to protest.
If tomorrow, if the police arrest Chief Sofo Azokwa in a Black Maria, will you be then satisfied now?
No. That is equality before the law. Because that's what they are doing to MPP people. And that's what we want to see happen to everybody. Not just MPP people, but fair, equitable application of the law. That's all we're asking, not too much.
No.
But you treat NDC people as if they were first-class citizens, and we are less, then that is a problem.
So is what they are doing wrong because it's wrong, or is because they are doing it only to NPP persons?
What they are doing is wrong. It's not just because it's NPP. And actually, where I've mentioned time without number, that when they are done doing it to NPP people, they will come after you, all of you. Today, it might be NPP people because we wear political colors. I don't know if you have NDC membership card. If you don't, then I can bet you are going to be in the same soup that we find ourselves. So
we will not accept is the injustice. What we will not accept is the unfair application of the law. It appears that in Ghana now we have two laws. We have laws for the NDC people and we have laws for the MPP people. When this government came into office, there are a number of the NDC people that were put before court. There were a number of cases that prima facie was established. Most of them were even on trial. This Attorney General came and filed a nolle prosequi, discontinued all these cases. Then they are telling us that they are fighting corruption.
Of the many people who have been arrested, a great majority of them have been because of alleged inflammatory comments. You're the Deputy Director of Communications of the NPP. Beyond the fact that the state and the security agencies may not be treating these persons well, have you yourself taken notice of comments by activists and communicators of the party, and what actions is the communications department taking about these?
Okay, thank you very much, my brother. Like I mentioned, let me also put on record once again that we are not against any lawful arrest of any individual. The laws of Ghana must be allowed to work. We are only concerned when the law is applied to one particular party people as against the other. That cannot be a fair. So that cannot be fair. So my brother, like you mentioned that most of the people arrested, one way or the other, might have committed some offense. Let me tell you, most of the arrest has to do with corruption. Chama won't to me that they are arrested.
I'm interested in those who have been arrested because of their comments, and who are party communicators or party activists.
What comment?
And as a deputy communicator, have you taken notice of some of these inflammatory comments?
I have taken notice of them. There is a reason why, as a country, we repealed the Criminal Libel Act. We repealed it so that there will be freedom of expression. We repealed it so that people can be allowed to express themselves freely without any form of intimidation. What did Abronya said? Abronya only said that the IGP is corrupt. That is what he said. So if somebody should say that a public official, somebody who is being paid by the taxpayers is corrupt, does that warrant an arrest? Does that warrant a remand?
If he says it in a manner that could affect the security of the state, there's a law that criminalizes it.
In law, if somebody speaks against your personality, the best to do is to file a civil charge against the person. That is the best to do. And in our law books, misdemeanor is one of the lesser cases. Misdemeanor is one of the lesser cases. And you cannot be in public service and then you don't want people to criticize you. That cannot work. Do you remember when Akufo-Addo was president? An SHS student went and said that he wants to cut Akufo-Addo's head. Did anybody arrest him? Nobody arrested the person. So today, we are telling John Dramani Mahama that the guarantee for freedom of expression is expressly expressed in our constitution. Nobody can undermine that provision. People must be allowed to express themselves willingly and freely. We have come far with our democracy. We have come very far with our democracy. What didn't the NDC say when they were in opposition? What didn't Nsem-Pii say when they were in opposition? What didn't Basentale say when they were in opposition? Captain Smart, what didn't he say when they were in opposition? Who chased after them? Who chased after them? A young, brilliant young man by name Adenta Kumi petitioned the president to take certain course of action. He was arrested. The wife was a nursing mother. He was arrested. Sir Obama posted a video that was already in circulation, drawing the attention of the security about the happenings in the country. They broke through his door and arrested him at dawn. What kind of a country are we running? What kind of country are we in? Are we in a kangaroo state? That is not fair. That is not political. We want an IGP that is professional.
Current IGP is political.
He's too political. He is too political. Very political.
What shows? What shows?
Oh, there have been several instances. An IGP that is not tolerant. An IGP that cannot even accept the criticism of opposition party. Come on. An IGP must have a big chest to accommodate all manners of things. We've seen IGPs in this country. Not everybody here is an MPP person. A lot of them are lovers of democracy. The manner in which the MPC is abusing our laws. My brother, this message is clear.
Some activities that, in the view of the state security agencies amounted to cross international crime. They also talk about the arrest of the NPP's Bono regional chairman Abronya, and in all these instances, they say that these persons have been unlawfully arrested, unlawfully detained, and the offenses for which some of these persons were unlawfully detained, they argue that are mere misdemeanors, and so they wondered why the state security will act in that manner. They also protesting against the selectiveness of the actions of the Ghana Police Service and the state security agencies. For instance, they talk about the assault on the third vice chairperson, Alhaji Osman, by the first national vice chair of the NDC, Chief Sofo Azoka, where they argue that even though these persons who have just made mere statements have been arrested, an assault of a national party officer by the first vice national chairman of the NDC has not been acted upon as of yet by the Ghana Police Service. Earlier we spoke to Alhaji Osman, who is the NPP's third vice chairperson, who was seen in a video being hit by a gentleman walking with the first vice chairman of the NDC in Akwetia during the Akwetia by-election. And he says that he has confronted the Ghana Police Service, and the Ghana Police Service have noted that even though they had communicated that Chief Sofo Azoka had been arrested, he was yet to be arraigned and he will soon be arraigned. And he questioned why the Ghana Police Service will come out with such communication when they actually have not actually arrested and arraigned the person. They also make reference to the assault on the Honorable Howard Kumsin by some person believed to be associated with the NDC. And they argue that these persons were treated with kid gloves, no communications about the arrest, no detention whatsoever. All that came in the news that they had been arraigned, and they were even granted bail even after pleading guilty and having been convicted pending sentencing, for which they were fined 6,000 cedis each. They have argued that that sentence in itself is cannot be compared to the level of harm that was done against the NPP officers who were attacked during that election rerun in some polling stations within the Ablekuma North constituency. So we're still here marching to the police headquarters, where the NPP youth wing is expected to file to present a petition to the Ghana Police Service against what they describe or have described as an attack on persons related to the NPP.